Hey guys, it's Christina. Hope y'all are doing well. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. This is going to be a video updating y'all on how quarantine life is going for me. And, I'd like to start a discussion in the comments if y'all want to let me know how it's going for you as well. The very first week of quarantine life, I wasn't having any issues as far as ordering grocery delivery from Shipt. I was still able to get that next day. Depending on what I need from Amazon, I can still get it. Thankfully, I have some Lysol that I bought from Big Lots a couple months ago. So, as long as I don't overuse it, it'll last me a while. I've been having to kind of switch up where I find certain items, like water, bottled water, for example. So, the second week of quarantine life, as far as groceries are concerned, because I was pretty much staying home all the time. So as far as grocery delivery was concerned, I actually wasn't able to find any time slots, delivery time slots on Shipt. So it turned out that actually two people I know who were going during the elderly shopping hours, they were kind enough to pick up some groceries for me that second week. So I didn't have to worry about going out, so that was very sweet of them. And oddly enough, I'm kind of surprised. I've seen some debates online as to, some people think that people with disabilities should be allowed to go out during the elderly shopping hours and stuff like that. I personally feel like it's, if it's meant for the elderly population so that they can, shop as safely as possible. So this week, as far as grocery shopping goes, what ended up happening was, I'd been wanting to go to Trader Joe's for quite a while. So I went to Trader Joe's on Monday. I had a mask that I could wear. And so I went to Trader Joe's, and they had a line all the way out the store, and they had like these yellow markers on the ground to kind of help people, help them make sure that they were standing 6 feet apart. And a lot more people were wearing masks than what I had noticed maybe 3 weeks ago. And the store was really well stocked. I didn't have any trouble finding anything. And so I actually, I had a grocery delivery come in later that day that I had placed on Instacart. And so, so I was waiting for my grocery delivery. They had started shopping for me at 11:30 a.m. And so by 2:30 p.m., I still hadn't heard anything from them. So I went ahead and I sent the guy a text message, and he said that he had locked his keys in his car. And so I thought, okay, well, I hope they're like sealing the the frozen and the cold stuff in temperature controlled bags. So he finally dropped the food off to me at 3 p.m. and pretty much everything was defrosted. The orange juice that I had ordered was a little bit coolish, so I put that in the fridge. The bottle of coffee that I ordered was a little bit coolish, so I went ahead and put that in there. But as far as the milk goes, I threw that out. I threw out the meat. I threw out the bagel bites and the waffles and the ice cream because they had all melted. They were all room temperature. So I went ahead and reported it to Instacart, so I'm waiting to hear back about that. So as a result of that, I went ahead to one of my local grocery shopping places yesterday, and they were also really pretty much fully stocked full of groceries too. So I didn't have any trouble shopping there. So let me get to the funnier anecdotes of this whole thing. When I originally was having trouble finding milk in store, so I had gone on Amazon and I had ordered what I thought was gonna be. I was hoping it was gonna be like the I don't even know what you call these, other than shelf stable, but I was trying to get like the bigger bottles of the shelf stable milk, and what ended up arriving, which I'm actually almost out of at the moment, but I've been using them to kind of up my calcium intake. I ended up receiving these little, I think it's like a very vanilla flavored silk soy milk with the little straw, like the little individual sizes. So I've actually been rinsing these off. I've rinsed off pretty much every container that I've gotten of food, in the mail. So I just rinse them off and I put them in the fridge, and I've just been drinking them as a regular glass of milk. And one other really funny thing that happened, as far as hand soaps are concerned, so I went on Bath and Body Works and I had ordered 9 hand soaps. So, so a couple of days ago, I got this small box from Bath and Body Works, and it had 1 hand soap in it. And I thought, well, that's strange, but, I mean, I understand, the supply and demand, the demand for hand soap is probably greater than the supply that they have right now. So, I was like, all right, whatever, that's fine. I'll just go online, I'll place a whole new order. So I went on Bath and Body Works, I placed an order for 8 more hand soaps. And then I just so happened to check my email, and I had seen the shipping confirmation from that 1 hand soap, but I also noticed there was a separate shipping confirmation, from that first order of hand soap, and basically what they had done was they had shipped one of the hand soaps in a box by itself. The other eight hand soaps were in a box all together. So the very next day, I ended up receiving the 8 other hand soaps. So now not only do I have that first order, but I'm also going to have these other hand soaps that I just ordered in the second order. And I feel like in some ways this whole quarantine life has kind of gotten me to kind of like find some new favorite foods, but also rediscover some old favorites. I'm so used to eating like, frozen and refrigerated foods, and I need to be eating more produce and stuff like that. But anyway, so I'm so used to eating that kind of stuff that, I really had kind of found myself forgetting about like shelf-stable foods. So I've ordered, some Bush's baked beans, and those are really good. I've ordered some of these, what is this, Chef Boyardee? Yeah, the Chef Boyardee, like, I think these are like mini raviolis. So I ordered a bunch of these. And I also had completely forgotten about these are, the Hormel Completes, shelf-stable meal. And so some of them, they sell them in a group of like 6 of the same dinner, and then there's other ones, you can get a variety. So I've found those on Walmart and Amazon. And I also decided to get, this was also purchased from Walmart, because for whatever reason I can only seem to find the frosted Pop-Tarts in store a lot of times. And I haven't tried these blueberry ones yet, so I'm very curious to try these unfrosted blueberry Pop-Tarts. I've always loved the strawberry ones since I was a kid. I've found that my kind of everyday go-to meal is Easy Mac, so I've been having that for lunch. I decided that since I don't really, know how to cook on the stove, I mean, I've done it before with people, but it's, there's a difference between doing it once and doing it routinely, so I don't remember how to do it really. But anyway, so I wanted to be able to cook some spaghetti pasta for myself. So I bought myself off of Amazon this pasta cooker. Let me see what the brand name of this is. Sistema, I think it's called. And so it's got this lid. It's a red bowl, and it's got this lid that closes. It's got these clasps on 4 sides of it, and then it also has a handle. But I'll link it in the description. But I do want to mention that this does get really hot in the microwave, and so I made the mistake of even though this does have this little lid that you can this ventilation that you can kind of pop up and help get some of the steam out of, I wanted to take the lid off of it, to help the steam get out on the first time I tried cooking it. And so I accidentally scalded my right hand pretty bad. It hurt for a couple days last week, so I was always icing it and everything. So yes, it's just, it's something you gotta be aware of to be careful with it. So I've actually been spending a lot of time watching YouTube as usual. My YouTube watch list is, it's a mix of like, uh, you know, um, luxury fashion and accessories and minimalist content and Christian YouTubers and blind YouTubers and goth YouTubers and horror tubers and and prison YouTubers and RV YouTubers. You know, people who own their own camper or whatever, and you know they go traveling around and live out of their RV. A lot of people who normally do, a lot of celebrities and stuff who normally do like, you know, their own shows on TV, they've switched their content to YouTube. So, David Spade and Ellen DeGeneres and Jimmy Fallon and I can't even remember anymore right now. But they've all been doing their content. Norm Macdonald, I love him. They've all been doing their content on their own channels. Build series, you know, normally they do like their celebrity interviews in studio, but you know, right now they're doing everything, you know, via webcam or whatever. And thankfully, Backstage has been putting up a lot of good content for actors, as well as the SAG-AFTRA Foundation. Ben Folds has been doing YouTube live stream every Saturday. Owen Edgerton and his family have a new YouTube channel. They've been doing like a Facebook Live and then uploading it to their YouTube after the fact. So that's really cool. So just as the rest of y'all are, I mean, I'll be curious to see how this whole thing plays out. You know, I mean, I can't imagine that everything will be closed for 12 to 18 months till they find a vaccine, but I mean, you never know. You know, it's all new to everybody. Nobody really knows what's going to happen right now. But yeah, I mean, acting coaches, I know of a lot of acting coaches who are still continuing doing their classes online, even though we don't know, you know, when the opportunities are going to start picking up again. But, you know, I mean, in the midst of all this uncertainty, it's important to just, you know, be grateful for the little things. You know, as it was, you know, even before this whole quarantine thing started, I'm always been the type of person to, you know, these past few years especially, you know, just kind of wake up and, you know, see the sunshine and outside the window and hear the birds singing, you know, and it just, you know, puts me in a good mood. You know, I've always been really grateful for that kind of stuff. So yeah, y'all be sure to keep in touch with your loved ones, your friends and your family, and let them know you're thinking about them and check on them and that kind of stuff. And, you know, let's all, you know, build each other up and help each other keep up a positive attitude and get through this. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to mention before I completely forget about it. Joe Bob Briggs and Diana Prince are going to be returning to Shudder next week for The Last Drive-In Season 2. Not sponsored, by the way, if I haven't mentioned that already. Diana had been collecting videos of everybody singing the Last Drive-In theme song. So we'll see how that finished project turns out, because she wants to have it, you know, be of everybody singing it together. So a lot of people had turned in videos, including myself. You know, I'm trying to get myself back to singing for fun. You know, when I was a preteen, singing used to be fun, and then, you know, my mom kind of used it to get me involved in choir and stuff like that, and have me sing whenever she wanted me to sing. So singing kind of wasn't something I was, you know, doing for fun for a little while, but I'm trying to get myself back into it. You know, and what better way to do it than to sing the theme song for The Last Drive-In for the project. So I'll go ahead and link that tweet below. And if y'all like this video, go ahead and give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you aren't already. I saw that I have 3 new subscribers since I published my last video on here, so I really appreciate it. And y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.